moved. Holy shit. I was like, oh my God. Ow.
I personally know someone who has folded a chair on their finger and cut the tip off. And when he hit that chair and threw his arm back, I was like, fuck, I hope he didn't get his hand in there. That was my first emotional feeling. I was like, shit! And then he was good, but it was so close. How that chair folded, it made me cringe just because I knew what could have happened.
It was the cringe match of the century for sure.
It was fucking amazing. And if they carry half of the energy of this episode, this show, to the next scenario, I mean, what did you tell me? Those tickets went on sale like June 10th, June 14th, something like that for the next thing in Chicago. Sold out in what? What did you say? 14,
all out, sold out in 15 minutes. Yep. And there was over 600,000 people in queue trying to get these tickets.
How many? I'm gonna look it up real quick. How many people can fit in that stadium?
Okay. Well, I just feel like the badassness between Moxley and Janela was just a fucking great combination of two wrestlers and, you know, their love for pain. I remember moments when, you know, Janela, he's sitting there on those fucking barbed wire, it's caught in his leg and stuff, and then he gets back and he wants more. There was even faces of Moxley when he was out there and he was just in pain, and then you just see this smirk on his face that he loves it. He loves every fucking second of it.
Oh my God! When he was laying on the ground and like in pain, and then he just starts smiling.
Mm-hmm. That's the smirk I'm talking about.
You knew it.
And it felt. That's why you need to watch Double or Nothing. Like you were talking about half the energy of this, dude. Double or Nothing was double the energy of this fucking show. And when you watch it, I hope you feel the same way. I hope you come back at me like, dude, Fyter Fest was nothing compared to Double or Nothing. Holy shit.
Okay, real quick. It says that place can hold 11,800 people for concerts. Sold out in 15 minutes. Yep.
And what was the lowest price of those tickets that you saw? Wasn't it like 300 something?
No. The lowest price was, damn it, hold on. I'll tell you right now.
Okay. We're going to get into...
Keep talking. I'll come back to it. I got a couple things.
Oh, no problem.
But I'll tell you in a second.
I think Jim Ross being the announcer gives us that nostalgia feel from when we were younger. Because you hear him talk and you're like, oh, yeah, this feels right. Mm-hmm. And he, you know, got let go from WWE, and, you know, he has got that problem with his face. Whereas, you know...
I think it looked like a stroke.
He had something long time ago.
That face. Yeah.
Yeah, but before he entered AEW, his wife died. And, you know, WWE wasn't like there to be like, hey, you know, we can help you, you know, come back. This is what you're supposed to. And he just felt this guiding thing like, I need to get back into this. I'm alone now. I need to get back into wrestling, and announcing is what he's known for. So, I mean, WWE is taking their announcing, going a different direction, you know, younger talent, blah, blah, blah. But just having Jim Ross in AEW with two brand new announcers, even the guy in the mask, it's great. They're great. They communicate well. They go back and forth well. The buy-in announcers, when I first saw the one guy, he was mouthing what the other dude was saying. It was really uncomfortable for me. Like, I'm like, dude, stop moving your mouth, dude. But it's the buy-in.
Yeah.
You know, in any other pay-per-view, the buy-in is free, like on YouTube. But this time it was on Bleacher Report Live. And when you watch the replay, the buy-in is not on Bleacher Report Live.
Okay, real quick. The seats went from 34 to 194. And then if you go to the Platinum, it was 364 to 764. But the Platinum floor seatings were all around the ring, and there's a shit ton of those, and a shit ton more of the other ones, obviously. I think there's somewhere around 6,000 around the ring, and then the inner seating is, you know, the rest.
Even not having a ticket to All Out,
insane.
I think the atmosphere in Chicago, because I think Starrcade is there, where you get to, like, you know, meet some of the wrestlers and old wrestlers like Scott Hall, like Kevin. Who knows who's going to be there, because WWE is locking people into a 5-year contract now, and they're not even fucking employees. AEW is making their wrestlers employees with, you know, benefits, and it's a huge difference between WWE and AEW right now.
Contractors don't get insurance. They don't get guarantees. They get screwed if they don't re-sign their contract a year before it's over. They sit a lot. They don't get paid. It's bullshit.
There's one thing.
Proof of that. And that's why I'm all about this AEW.
You're all in, huh?
I am all in.
You are all elite wrestling.
Definitely.
Well, see, the very first pay-per-view that AEW had was All In, and it was sponsored by Ring of Honor. Like, Ring of Honor, it started with a Twitter that asked Dave Meltzer, who is the wrestling insider. He has a lot of, you know, inside knowledge on all this stuff. And the Young Bucks, I think either it was a fan or something that commented, or it was the Young Bucks. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. But they just tweeted, do you think we could sell out a 10,000-plus arena? And Dave Meltzer was like, in this environment, no. So they took it upon themselves to do it, and it sold out in 35 minutes. I mean, it's just literally selling out quicker and quicker every time they come out with a new pay-per-view. And that was called All In. And I didn't like the steps, because it was a steps, not a ramp. But they did a great job. And then they came out with Double or Nothing after they established that they were becoming AEW. And we might have a Double or Nothing review. I might get to that, even though it's after Fyter Fest. But I want to get into the Omega attack after the Moxley-Janela match, where he took the guitar and smashed him, and I started playing it.
You can't start there. You can't start there. That's so much further into it.
He took
the
broken...
garbage can.
Yeah, the garbage can was the next thing I was going to get into. I remember you saying last night, like, no, not my garbage can. Like, I have the same one.
I was like, is Omega my garbage man? Because he's treating my garbage can, or that garbage can, the same way as they treat mine.
He was even using broken tables from the match. You know, I think he improv'd some of those moves, you know, because, you know, they do communicate with each other. I want to get in, we're running out of time here, but my future co-host, he gave me a slight, like a Reader's Digest version review on Fyter Fest, so I'm going to spit this out quick. And it's J-Dog's Fyter Fest review. He gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and I'm telling you, this is the guy that's talking about the indie wrestling. He knows a lot about it, so 3 out of 5 stars is actually really good for him. And he said it was only due to Cody, the women, and the hardcore match. It felt like they could get away with trying new things, and it didn't work. The matches he cared about, though, delivered big time. He would have given it 6 stars if Blink 182 would have got paid. Don't give Kenny Omega the checkbook. And that's his review. So in closing, Fyter Fest was an amazing fucking show, and anybody that used to be a wrestling fan should check it out, even if you're a hardcore WWE fan, and I know a couple people are. Like, they're going to be totally against AEW and anything they do before they even see anything. Just watch it. Watch it coming out on TNT. It's worth it. It gives you some weird feelings that I don't think I had, you know? I didn't think existed anymore. So in closing, how did you feel altogether?
I feel 5 out of 5. On my side, I'm down. I'm gonna watch what you're telling me, and I'm gonna watch the next one. And if it's a possibility in the future, we're gonna buy some fucking tickets and we're gonna go to it.
Oh hell yeah! Now. That's a big thing right now. Is I want to go to one of these shows. And what is it? Fight for the Fallen is actually on July 13th, which is in like 2.5 weeks. So we don't have to wait long to see the next one. And then it's Cody and his brother Dustin, who used to be Goldust, versus the Young Bucks, which is kind of awesome because they're both in the elite group that they have. So it should be a great fucking match. And that's
we're
a
not
match.
Traveling to Jacksonville, Florida, though. That's too
No,
far.
absolutely not. But that's another thing about Double or Nothing is the Cody Rhodes Dustin match. That's a bloodbath.
Cool.
You wanted to touch on Darby's makeup. Let's get back to that. Let's rewind all the way back to there.
It was really well done. I mean, it looked legit. His dead eye stare was. You thought he was dead inside.
Oh,
you thought he was dead a couple times, during the match. I mean, just
that blank stare.
How all of it went and everything. I mean, he was. Let's just say he's a character. He never broke it, never once. He was a glutton for punishment, and he took it all. Like he's half dead, and I think that's what he was trying to get at. I mean, even if you just look at the card, the image you'd get when you look up Darby Allin, and that's with an I. He's just got that look to him. I mean,
So I guess here's my wild card question for you then.
He's got some background that, he's got really good balance and everything. Go ahead.
After watching this, which wrestlers are you excited to see most?
Up front, I didn't know. I mean, you sent me that thing about Moxley, and I'm like, I didn't have a feel for it. But after watching him fight, I'm going to say Moxley. I'm going to say Jungle Boy. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Omega has really got me wanting more. I wasn't sure. I mean, during that whole fight that he was in, I was like, but there were 6 of them, But then
right,
when
it was
I saw him
hard
at
to...
the end, I'm like, motherfucker, he's hilarious. He's cruel.
He's a gamer himself.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at some of the Twitter shit, and he's like, what is this Red Redemption shit everyone keeps talking about? I was like, this is fucking hilarious. I want to see more of Darby. They did say he was new and everything. I want to see where he goes and what he does when he fights, others and everything.
I was really hoping Cody would have put him over.
My main touches.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
But I mean, Cody was like a foot taller than a guy. I mean, it was a really good fight either way. But I mean, anyone that sees it's going to see,
I'm excited
our view on it
for Luchasaurus, because he's attached to Jungle Boy. I want to see him in the ring because his character is amazing.
That is one of the main things I was saying. I'm like, that guy looks like he was summoned from somewhere, like another realm.
Of infinite frequencies.
Exactly. But,
I want to see more of Joey Janela.
That's awesome.
I mean, as much as I love Moxley right now, I want to see more of Joey Janela.
I agree. I was going to say that too. But,
the other one is Darby Allin. And my fandom for the Young Bucks, I love their super kick party. Because I've always loved the super kick because of HBK. Like, that was my move, dude. But I want to see more of the Young Bucks. I've seen a lot of their independent stuff that my buddy has sent to me. And I want to see more of those wily Japanese wrestling chicks. Holy shit. Like, that's another one. That's another one I'm going for. But we are running out of time. This has been the Fyter Fest AfterCast of Start Static Wrestling. I want to thank you, Lord B, for watching last night and starting to become a fan. I think it's fucking awesome. I know you're feeling it because the way you talk about it, I know you're feeling it. So it's good.
There's passion in these words, man.
Hell yeah. Well, I want to wish everybody a good night. And like I said before, watch Fyter Fest for free on Bleacher Report Live. Go do it now. I don't care what you're doing. Drop your kid. Drop your fucking beer that you have. Go watch it. And then maybe pick up your beer again and drink it. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Start Static Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by the Realm of Infinite Frequencies. Like us on Facebook.com/The Rift Podcast, and we're now streaming on Apple, Google, Spotify, and CastBox. And if you like what you hear and you'd like to donate, Patreon.com/The Rift Podcast. This has been Jester D. Wild One for my co-host, Lord B. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next realm.